Libra Collective, welcome, welcome. I'm Nikki, your local vegan tarotist, and we are going to do a reading for your twin flame connection. What's going on in there? 10 of Wands, laying down a burden. Knight of Wands. This feels like an all-at-once energy. This is going to be, this masculine is like, and then they're running in to get you, feminines. So, coming out of the cold, specifically, this masculine could offer you their jacket, right? If you're out doing something. I just get that, like, they might offer to shelter you. Something about a loss of a living situation, possibly. My voice is doing something weird. My throat chakra is out of control today. Because this is a very good energy right now. So I just did Virgo's reading, which is why I was like, I got up and early and I was mid-morning routine and I'm like, I'm just gonna piss Virgo off because they like things to be perfect. And so yeah, you could be a cusper or dealing with a Virgo or have Virgo placements, but anyway, it's just like there's like this very big energy right now in the collective, the general collective, right? Because we all share the same elements and modalities in our chart. We all have the same shit, same ingredients, different recipes. So, you know, it's not, am I drooling? What am I doing here? I'm a mess. Well, with this King of Cups, maybe I am. I feel like this masculine here is very attractive. You know, it's like, maybe there's a lot of people drooling over this masculine. But it's like, even though Gaston, and I got Disney movies then too, but I don't know, maybe it's the weather and I'm in a nostalgic mood, but I just am seeing Disney movies. But there's this nostalgic feel to the air right now. And Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this could be somebody in your friend group. But, excuse me, I may have to pause. The devil is here. So if this is somebody that you work with, coworker with the Three of Pentacles, or a friend, yeah, they could be, and maybe you've just seen them, you know, growing up or in your space for a while, and they're very attractive and they attract a lot of people and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. We'll see with the feminines, but there's some kind of fear here about, like, nope, this could never come in. And this could be masculines. Maybe this is how you're feeling, right? Where you are looking at this feminine, you're like, this is my friend. Like, they're so incredibly beautiful and magnetic, and I could never. Like, I just don't have the guts. I don't have the stuff. Or they only see me as a friend, or 10 of Pentacles. But that's who you grow old with, is your friend. What Disney movie was I just about to say something about? Maybe it doesn't matter. Wheel of Fortune. La la la, very much Libra energy. You know, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, but I am getting this sort of, the devil feels more like a block. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is your blessings coming in. King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. This could be same sex. Queen of Wands. Or feminines may have multiple options here. Five of Cups. Okay, I'm getting somebody from the past, possibly feminines. Are you going to let them do this to you again? There's somebody that wants to come and do the same thing. Could be a Pisces. We have the Hanged Man here. There's somebody who held out on love, and maybe that's what you thought you deserved. I'm getting a flip here, so I feel like I'm getting more of the feminine energy, and maybe this is how the masculines are viewing the feminine, but because you are so close to union, you're kind of blending together energetically. That movie Possessor, if you haven't seen it, check it out. If you like horror films or psychological thrillers, body horror, it's a good one. And I forget what her sign is. I think she a Pisces? Scorpio? Sagittarius? I don't know. And maybe you have those signs that I just mentioned, but you could have multiple people around you that you're like, is it this person? Is it that person? Is it the maybe you refer to people as their zodiac sign. Like how you save people in your phone, like, Big Booty Lisa. I don't know why I'm getting that. So maybe there's a Lisa here. The World. Oh, I'm in such a spacey energy with this reading. Like, let's see why. The Tower. Because I'm trying to distract myself from this change that's coming in. This big ass change. The Tower implies need for change, destruction, rebuilding, a choice. It's an opportunity to break a cycle. It's like if you're looking at a chain, your life is this chain. You can view it as an infinity loop, but if you look at it as a chain, right? Whatever shape it's in, you have an opportunity at certain link points to break out of that. That's what towers are. And someone's avoiding that. Well, we have the Ace of Swords and Knight of Cups. So there is somebody that wants to come in and communicate this love. Perhaps the masculine that comes in with the truest offer is going to be very unexpected to you, feminines. There could be a distance between you with the world, but there does feel like there's a bit of a hold up. Somebody was possibly focused on the past and loss, disappointments, things that didn't work out. Where's my blessings? There's fear that it's never going to come in. Maybe the Tower, maybe you're ready for change and you're like, where is this opportunity to break this cycle? Because I'm sick of this cycle. Just a little bit of a dissatisfaction with things around the masculine energy. Oh yeah, we got the Emperor and the Magician. So, yeah, Ace of Pentacles. This is so feminines, if you're feeling dissatisfied with the masculines that have been around you, the offers that you've been receiving, it's like a Four of Cups energy, but the Five of Cups is like really settling into that disappointment and holding on to the past and the attachment to the lack of blessings that you've seen. So somebody did that work because you're close to union, so you've done the work. This is past energy for you to resonate with and go, yes, this is my reading, right? I don't know why I just said that like an asshole. The Emperor. Maybe this Emperor is a little bit like sharp-tongued because they are a big boss energy, right? So maybe that's been an issue with you masculines as well when approaching feminines, because you've come in with a sword, with that Ace of Swords that was out there. Now it's like you need to come in with the Chariot and this Ace of Pentacles, this warmer energy from the heart space. I have an offer of love to give. Yeah, so, I mean, the Emperor tends to be a little bit arrogant because they've earned it, you know what I mean? It's like they can back it up at least. They're not just a arrogant little prick, you know? They've done the work, but it still I still feel like the feminine's like, oh gosh. But they like it. Feminines, you like it. You freaky Libras. So yeah, we've got Aries here, Capricorn again, the Magician, which is Virgo and Gemini. The Tower is Scorpio, but it's in reverse. And then we have the Chariot, Cancer, and then Pisces. And then the fixed signs. So those could be clues about what you're dealing with. For the feminine, we have the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. Ooh, that's perfect. I wanted to do 10 minutes, kind of like for each one. Anyway, ooh, that's perfect. That's like something's turning out better than you expected, or like you're right on time. There's some, what's the rush? What's the hurry? You're doing just fine. You don't need a watch pot never boils, they say, right? I'm getting someone that's like, well, I'll prove you wrong. There's a little bit of a sassy, it's fun though. It's not toxic. It's not like you guys are, there's no competition or anything weird like that. Stupid like that. That's just, it is weird, right? Why are you competitive? Envy is weird. So there could be some gossip or nonsense around you. There always is, so we're not going to feed into that energy, but it could be there. And maybe that's something with this 9 of Pentacles, this very independent energy of the feminines that's like, I'm just doing my own thing. And this masculine likes that because they have dealt with a lot of subpar, not interesting feminines. An emperor is somebody who typically is not reclusive, but they hold their own. They're in their own space. They'd rather just they're not going to entertain nonsense. If they don't want to go to an event, they're not going to go. If they don't want to sit in a conversation any longer, they'll just end it. They just do what serves them. 2 of Cups. I just said the feminine's like, I'll serve them. In feminines, I feel like you're going to be a lady in the, lady in the sheets, lady in the streets, freak in the sheets, there's something quite, maybe not domestic. I don't think you like that word. Libras don't usually like labels, right? I mean, who likes labels? Labels are put upon you by others. But if you don't evaluate the labels around you, then how do you develop an identity, right? So there was something about that. That's specific. I don't know what that's for, but we'll move along. You'll know what that means if that's for you. Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, Page of Pentacles. This is a slow and steady love here, but yeah, I feel like you want to, hold on, Queen of Pentacles. All right. You could be dealing with an earth sign. This is and there's something with the 4 here, the 4 little moons. You may have 4 children, you may want 4 children, but this could also be the 4 elements, right? This is a very balanced Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody who's I've worked on my own money. This is an independent feminine here. This is a boss bitch. There's wealth, my value system. I'm patient. I'm kind and nurturing to myself. This is a feminine that loves themselves. They know what they have to offer. So they're not, if there was an issue with it, because I felt like that domestic thing or something, you can be traditional, because earth energy is very traditional, it's very fixed. You can be traditional in your own way, right? The labels versus identity, I feel like there's something there about you, I think the greatest fear for a Libra is being judged, or like the thing that triggers their ego the most is being judged, because they are justice and balance, and the scales of, in order to receive or determine justice, you must be judged first. Only God can judge you. This is feminine. I feel like you've dealt with a lot of judgment, a lot of labels, a lot of whatever, name calling, gossip, bunch of bullshit. This is you standing on your own. You both are, okay, so this might be the issue with you guys meeting each other or coming together in this Two of Cups. Because the Two of Cups feels like the kind of, I'm sticking there. I'm looking at that like, you want to create, you want to come together, but I think you both might be so independent. And Libra, for feminines, it's a masculine sign. It's air and fire. It's cardinal air. So it's fire and air. Yeah, like this is somebody who's kind of really digging their heels into their own thing. So there's some stubbornness here. It doesn't feel like reluctance though, but it does. It could be an issue. Let's check what's going on with this stubborn energy. The Fool, Aquarius, and Aries. Maybe there's something with a clock, you know, like the time is ticking. Come on, Fool. Six of Cups, soulmate energy. Yeah, this has been taking a while. Someone's been digging in their heels. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is like the wounded warrior. It's somebody who has battled. This person has gone through battles to get to you. The masculine has gone through battle. Knight of Cups. And this person, this masculine may defend the feminine in public or around other people. Something might be said about the feminine, and the masculine's like, yeah, well, at least she's not out, you know, at the bar in a mini skirt waving her hoo-ha around, you know, because they're like, oh, she's so boring. I can just see someone saying like, you're so boring. Or they might be like, oh, she's so full of herself. Look at her over there with her Nine of Pentacles. Like, and they might be like, yeah, but she bought that purse or that wheelie shoe, you know, like, and maybe, you know, Libras, you guys usually have a great sense of style, feminines for sure, but I don't know that many male Libras, so can't totally attest for that, but that's because they're so elusive. Yeah, there's something elusive. Somebody, because this feminine's kind of mysterious, high priestess energy with the purple and the moons here. Maybe you have Pisces placements, or again, dealing with Pisces. It's like this, you're doing things in your own way. Maybe you dress in a way that people are like, oh my gosh. And the masculine's like, if you got it, show it, you know, or she's rocking it, you know. I think she looks hot. I see this masculine, like, okay, so there's a movie, How to Be Single, and there's a part where the girl, she's there like in her sweatpants, she's on dating sites, she's really like desperate for love, but she's, you know, she's got her own place, and she's not, you know, her value system is okay, it's intact, and she's just very determined. She's like, I'm going to find love. She's on 10 different dating sites, and she's got like an algorithm set up, and she's just very determined to find love. Like, that's what she wants. This feminine here, all these pentacles, this feminine is very grounded, they're independent, they know what they want, but the Two of Cups is the only thing that's kind of like, that's what they want. And that's very traditionalist. A feminine is like, I want to get married, so I'm going to make sure I take care of myself, make sure that I'm keeping myself healthy and ready, and there's something about fertility, so I think that you both, you know, she's holding her stomach here. There's some sort of creative co-creation or procreation that you want to come into union with somebody for. And not just somebody or anybody, but your person. But the feminines worked very hard on building their self-esteem and their self-worth so that they can attract the right person. It's like Charlotte in Sex and the City. She wants love. She wants to be married. She wants a family. That's what she wants. And she gets what she wants. Right? Spoiler alert, she gets what she wants. Harry's the best. He's the best. He's the only one who doesn't play any games. He's like, your pink, perfect lips. There's something about the kissing scene. Like your life's a movie. But it might feel like a movie because these girls are like, oh, baby shower, getting married or whatever. Like, I think it's a bridal shower. And she's on the computer at the bar because she doesn't have an internet in her, she can't get Wi-Fi in her apartment. So she comes to the bar downstairs, and the bartender, like, the girls are like, oh, so what do you do? Are you married? You have kids? And you know, doing all that shit. And she doesn't. And she's kind of like, oh, like feeling really insecure about herself in that way because she feels like she's being judged. And he comes over and he kisses her. And he's like, hi, babe, you know, Miss Independent. You know, and he like, comes over and defends her. I feel like there's this sort of like rescue, you know? And that's okay. Because it's not like the masculine's rescuing a feminine that's like, a damsel in distress. This is an empress in distress, right? This is like, Nine of Wands. This is something like they're fighting for you. They're bringing some sort of distress into balance. And feminines, you might struggle with that because I'm struggling with saying it. Because you are in this maybe hyper independent energy, this masculine's gonna come in and be like, oh, this girl, this kid, you know, there could be an age difference. Let's see what we're gonna do for crops. Ooh, 21 on the clock. That's okay. Yeah, that's like ever after. She's your match, Henry. So there's Harry, Henry, maybe the letter H or something. But that's also like this romantic ever after. But I'm gonna spoil ever after. So if you haven't seen it because you're fucking crazy, you know, skip past this or prepare to be spoiled. Pause this, go watch ever after, and then come back. Or don't, free will. But at the end where he comes to rescue her and then she has rescued herself. So there's something like that. You're a boss and this masculine likes it. They like it. But they are willing to do the work. Even if you could do it yourself, feminines, you are going to finally be with a masculine that is willing to do the work. And to fight for you. Because I think you've been with people who didn't fight for you. And that's why you've gotten into this place. Okay, event is very tower and it's in reverse. There's a tower and an event in reverse. Complete a crop early. Only seeds played on the crop earn points. So this could also be like, stop distracting yourself. Put your focus back on what you want. Call it in. Maybe writing it down. Writing down what you want, because we've got the Three of Wands here. Three of Wands is like planning. It's creating an outline. So maybe journaling or writing down your manifestation list. This is what I want. The end. Because there are billions of us. And this love is already yours. This love is already yours. So all you have to do is just remember that. And sometimes when we get it out of our head and put it onto, or get it out of our mouth, right, with the throat chakra, once we speak out, like, what do I want? What do you want? If you don't know, then you can't call it in. So just check into that. Because I think the moment that you both, if you're both here watching for each other, you're going to write it down and it's going to call it in. Then it's solid. Then it's materialized. You've materialized a thought or a feeling, a sense. You've materialized it onto something tangible. So you have brought something from the 5D into the 3D. That's what the twin flame connection is. That's what the union is. Hasty honeydew. Honeydew list. I see lists. Yeah, you're both very organized. Because even the 9 of Wands, even all your troubles, 24 on the clock. God, you guys are like a perfect match. Wow. You're a perfect match. You're so compatible. You want the same things. Like, you really respect each other too. You respect how the other person does things. And I think if you were in separate rooms and people asked you the same question, you would have the same answer, the same exact response. And you would know that your person has the same answer. It's like you guys you're so in each other's head, you know, in each other's soul. I mean, you could very well be like this, you could both be Libras, right? You could both have like strong similar placements or similar strong placements, right? But yeah, or you've been through very similar things. And I think when you talk about these things, when they come out, it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, we've had the same plot points. That happened to me too. Yeah, whip through that honey-do list in no time. You guys are gonna get shit done. You're gonna get shit done together. Let's check your energy centers. See if there's a focus on maybe a chakra or some sort of energy. I am the light of the heart. I am the light of the heart, shining in the darkness of being and changing all into the golden treasury of the mind of Christ. I am projecting my love out into the world to erase all errors and to break down all barriers. I am the power of infinite love, amplifying itself until it is victorious, world without end. Heart chakra. Okay? Heart chakra. What's in your heart? What do you want? It's like the notebook. Something with the notebook. Writing, taking notes, making lists, like getting shit done. There are things that you have been distracting yourself with, and it's time to focus on what you want. What do you want? It's not that simple. Yes, it is. You just have to believe that you're worthy of it. Once you believe that you're worthy of it, with I am statements, right? I am statements, affirmations. Speak it out. Create it. You are a magician. Create that shit. Call it in. You want someone that is equally independent? You want somebody that is whatever, 6'3" tall. Write it down. There are billions of us. They're out there. You only need one, right? Just don't get discouraged by what the universe is offering, because and you may start to realize, if you review your lineage of dating experiences or relationship experiences, that it's getting closer, right? Once and it's like, wow, the people around me aren't so disgraceful. Like maybe they were really not aligned for a while, which means you were not aligned with yourself because you were focused on other things, right? But then once you tapped into the shadow work, you were like, oh, this is what this is about. This is how I can manifest. This is how I can, you learned about law of attraction. Maybe you studied up on things and you studied up on yourself and did that Hermit Virgo work, which is why I feel like there's quite a bit of overlap in the Virgo work. Plus, energetically, anytime that I read for multiple signs, I'm talking very fast right now. So, yeah, there's, let's see. Oh my gosh. Pink. Every reading has been pink. Yesterday and today. Out of these colors. So that's the higher heart chakra. It's the inner child. All right, let's get a number and see if we got a confirmation here. This could be a life path number. This could be, a sequence of numbers that you're seeing. 6. This is the soulmate, agape love, soulmate union. The number for agape love. Why do I feel like I just forgot what that meant? I'm gonna roll it again. 1. Because it's new. Okay, because that's why. Because you're like, maybe you're like, soulmate sounds like, oh, it's a past life. Or, like someone from your past in this life. And you're like, I don't want to deal with anybody from, maybe you're from the South, because I just got like, I don't want to deal with that. I do not. I don't want to deal with the past at all. And so this is saying, this is a past life, this is a soulmate, but this is not somebody that you've dealt with. This feels new. but this masculine could be watching you. Then this could be a friend as well, but this is not somebody that you've dealt with romantically, okay? Because they had their shot. This, you don't wait for anybody, right? And another Virgo, implication? No. Infiltration. Get out of here, Virgo. No, you could be dealing with a Virgo. Is Keanu Reeves. You know, he's like, let them. There are 7 billion people on this planet. Or he's like, there's billions of people on this planet. I've always said that. Like, it only takes one. So if they're not for you, cool. Move on to the other 99, 99, 99, whatever, you know, like, billion people. Cool. Let them. If they're going to judge you, let them. Who cares? Because all that matters is your person, your match, thinks you're amazing. So just remind yourself that you're amazing. Affirmations are big here. Really speak from the heart and speak to your heart. So a lot of I love statements. I am love, I am love, I am love. Thank you. Gratitude. Gratitude for everything. I'm grateful for hand lotion. I'm thankful for coffee. Thankful for a phone. I'm thankful for you, Libra Collective. Aww. Yeah, you guys are gonna, I think there's gonna be a little bit of you both are gonna like this, you know. It's not this, it's this. They're gonna grind your gears, but in the best way, right? So I like that for you, Libra. I hope there was something in here for you. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your time, and until next time, I wish you well.